deal of risk of losing that fight. Great deal of risk. I mean, that scorecard was a lot closer than it should have been, with one actually having it a draw. And you actually ruined that story arc. From a marketing standpoint, you can't do that. You have to tell the story of him getting it together and getting out here and creating a better life, because you got to tell me that after a couple of these fights of telling that story that hasn't occurred. They just keep jamming it down your throat. And I don't know if it's necessary.
And like I said, it didn't look like Beltran wanted any part of it. You know, he kind of just said, I'm trying to win every fight. The status doesn't mean anything. You know, that's something totally different. In boxing, we're trying to win, right? Everyone's trying to get the biggest paycheck they can. Fuck, you keep throwing this question at him for.
Yeah, well, and that it keeps getting jammed down our throat. Which takes us to the main event of the evening. A fight that I couldn't have anyone explain to me properly. Vasyl Lomachenko takes on Marriaga. Now, for those of you who don't understand, Vasyl Lomachenko, who lost to Salido, is the current WBO super featherweight, right? Super featherweight champion. Taking on a guy named Miguel Marriaga. Miguel Marriaga, as you remember, lost at the StubHub Center in his previous fight.
Oscar Valdez.
So my question was, as I watched this fight, does this just mean I'm setting up a fight to see? He won by TKO stoppage late in the fight. It was basically a Nicholas Walters replay. The over-unders were at 9.5 rounds. He covered the unders. He was the most aggressive fighter in the ring. It came off as the most aggressive fighter in the ring. There were a lot more antics. Those seemed to be getting ramped up. We actually knew, the people that I was sitting by in press row, we knew when the fight was going to stop because Marriaga was close in the previous round pulling the plug. He was getting embarrassed. He was getting outclassed. Everything was wrong about this fight for...
The moment was too big.
The moment was too big.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not sure what he was doing in the ring to begin with.
Didn't belong there.
He didn't belong there. And I get that we were showcasing the talent.
And I give him a lot of credit, Lee, for doing the damage that he was able to do to Lomachenko. Lomachenko, listen, it was. I'll let you finish.
No. I mean, you know me. I go because I support Top Rank. I'll support Golden Boy. Look, at the end of the day, I'll probably even support PBC. Right? I dig boxing. I get. You see this show. For those of you listening, here's an inside moment. For those of you who see this show, Andrew actually believes deep down that he's helping boxing and the promoters promote the fights. Deep down, the reason... No, wait. Deep down, I do Fight Net Radio because I like talking about boxing with my friend Andrew on Sunday mornings, and I get to go to the fights.
Number one show in Egypt.
Show in Egypt.
That's what I do.
And I literally was talking to the person who does media and promotion. I'm like, I don't even know why we had so much time. We were like killing time. And I said this. I'm like, I don't even know why all the press was there. And I don't mean like to see Vasyl Lomachenko. We didn't need to be there. It's on TV. They streamed every fight. There was no reason to physically be there other than you like going to a fight. And that's your reward. You cover boxing. You help us. You feed these little internet fans who really, look, the driving force behind boxing right now and the next generation is sort of the boxing internet community that listens to these shows, that listens to these podcasts, years. Right? They drive.
If we would have relied on mainstream media, we would have been dead in the 90s.
Right. So who do the promoters suck up to the most? They suck up to mainstream media first, which blows my mind at every fight. Yeah. Blows my mind. Okay? But it is what it is. I accept it.
It's still more importantly, you feel like it's a Super Bowl event when USA Today is showing up. Freaking ESPN.
Oh, look, LA Times when Lance Pugmire's there. Yeah. When you got Dan Rayfield traveling his ass from the East Coast. Yeah, everybody showed up.
the Super
But
Bowl.
the reality was every inch of this thing was covered and streamed. You don't even need photographers. If you got ESPN shooting in 1080 DPI, right? They're shooting in high def. You're telling me that there isn't an application that will take a screenshot of the live video feeds that they're shooting from 12 different... We had so many cameras there.
This is an argument you need to tell Top Rank.
No, I told him. And I'm like, it's not that I don't get it. It's like, we don't even need tables anymore. Like, I get that you're giving us chairs and inviting us to the fight as fans. Okay, I get it. And that's kind of our reward.
You're kind of knocking us, though, right now. I don't know why you're making this argument.
I'm not knocking. Wait, I'm making the point of I strictly cover boxing as a fan. Okay, I do. I'm not here to promote self-interest. I'm not even here to promote the sports. The sport has fucked me over worse than any of my ex-wives or any of my ex-girlfriends. Like, this sport has fucked me hard so many times, it's ridiculous. Like, the Chargers haven't fucked me this hard, and they went to the Super Bowl and lost. I still don't have a goddamn trophy out of that team as a loyal fan. Right? Boxing has screwed us over so many times. And I just feel this shit thing with Vasyl Lomachenko, like, why am I not getting a real fight out of this guy? Everybody,
hey, you know what?
Everybody keeps talking the talk that this guy's the... Shut up and stop telling me this is the next Ali. At least Ali fought the real guys.
What a joke. Who's the one that said that? What a joke.
No, Bob started it. Wait. Bob started it.
Okay, it was Bob Aaron.
Okay, Bob said, technically, this guy, he hasn't seen anybody this technically skilled since Ali. Aioli
in 9 fights.
Kevin Aioli ran with it. In fact, I'm on Facebook right now, right? I want to look it up because I believe that he currently ran with the story and started to sort of push that kind of dialogue about this dude. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not
putting him in with overmatched fighters. He's going to start thinking he can do that with everyone. And when he finally finds a technical fighter, a sound fighter, a confident fighter, he is going to get humbled that night. And I'm going to tell you who I thought Vasyl Lomachenko reminded me of last night. And it was another fighter back in the day that everyone said could have been the next Ali. His presence was bigger than boxing. He was undefeated. He was a power puncher. You want to know who I think Vasyl Lomachenko is this generation of?
Okay.
Prince Naseed Hamad. All right? That's who he reminds me of. The unorthodox punches coming from angles, quick, accurate, power. But what happened when we got enough tape on Hamad and Barrera met him? The jabs, the straight punches, the timing of the angle shots. This guy literally jumps off of his feet from right to left to throw a right hook. That's going to get timed, you guys. Once these trainers start getting all these fights on you, they're going to realize, oh, look, he does this one move every single time. We didn't know it when it was the first 2 matches, 3 matches. Now, we're only up to 9, but they got tape on you now. They got tape on you now, and you're starting to do things over and over. And they're going to catch it. And they're going to catch you, and then you're going to be humbled. Because your hands are low. You're punching from your waist. Yeah, he's fast. Don't get me wrong. He's also good. Vasyl Lomachenko is one of the best, but he's way overrated right now.
Right.
He hasn't beaten the caliber fighter
nobody
to get the respect that everyone throws on this guy.
I'm telling you, I'm looking at Kevin Aioli's right now. Throwback to Ali. Second paragraph. Lomachenko displayed everything a boxer could in boxing. A full arsenal of punches, brilliant footwork, outstanding timing, and a shrewd mind and a smothering defense. Now, here's my comment. I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about a year, right? I've done off and on again. You put me in the ring with somebody with less skill than me, no matter what, if I do Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, or MMA.
Especially when they
You know what? I'm going to look like a fucking brilliant guy who has shrewd offense, shrewd ground game, shrewd what... That's what somebody would say. Wow, you looked amazing. Yeah, if you put somebody in with less skill who weighs less than me, where I'm going to be the dominant person, I'm going to look like an absolute fucking beast in the ring.
That's absolutely right. And you know what, Lee? Most of the time when the pound for pound best, and you can go find a list and we can go through it, but when the pound for pound best fights a showcase fighter, a warm-up fight, they don't get a cut eye, a swollen eye, a bloody nose, okay? Vasyl Lomachenko, and Teddy Atlas said it last night. Let's not be fooled here. He's missing a lot of punches. Boy, that 5th round was an embarrassment for anyone who says Vasyl Lomachenko is one of the most accurate punchers in the sport right now. He was missing everything in that 5th round. The 6th round, he looked unstoppable. The 7th round, he looked unstoppable. But I'm telling you, the kid stopped throwing punches. He was just on the defense, and his defense was all right. And to be honest with you, if you guys really watch the tape, every time that kid, Marriaga, did try to throw a check left hook, and it landed cleanly. There was no head movement. Vasyli's getting caught with shots on the chin. Great chin. He's standing up to it, but it only happened, once in a round? What happens when he meets that confident champion that knows he can throw his shots and his shots hurt too? He's going to be humbled. All this bullshit. You know what? Those setup punches, those garbage shots, the little pit pats, you're not doing that with an elite champion. Sorry. You might do it for a second or so, but the way he was acting towards this fighter last night, Marriaga, he's not going to get away with that with Linares. He's not going to get away with that with Garcia. He's not going to get away with that with Burchelt. And stop talking about Terrence fucking Crawford. He's way too small. Crawford annihilates Lomachenko. Too technical, too big. Stop it. He's not that good, people. He's got 9 fights and 1 loss, and he still doesn't want to rematch that man. They said Salido's the one that didn't want the fight. Stop it. Salido wanted a little bit extra money. Throw it at him. If you have the next superstar, if you have the next pay-per-view star, if you have the best fighter in boxing, throw Salido the money and get him in there to fight. I'm telling you right now, Salido don't put up that little BS stuff. That's why he won the first fight. He walks through that shit. Warm-up punches don't stop a dude with 12 defeats.
Right. And so what does that leave?
Lee.
No. I'm with you.
It just makes me mad how much shine they give this guy. Why do we keep talking amateur record?
And here's the thing. He probably deserves it. Look, I'm not saying the skill isn't there.
I'm not saying it either, but it's time for him to fight a champ.
Right. And I'm tired of hearing that Salido isn't making the fight. And truthfully, if I was Salido, I would never make the fight either. Okay,
he just wants a little extra money, Lee. Why would you take the first offer? Why? Don't you always throw, if whatever end you're on of the deal, you always throw the first offer back. Stop it. And then they say, oh, okay, well, he doesn't want the fight. He didn't take first offer. Let's move on. Yeah. Right. You guys don't want it. You know he can take his punch.
I need him at this point. You know, this is the way it's got to go. He's got to get in the ring with Burchelt, Corrales, Davis, Salido.
Davis is a big puncher. Can you imagine?
You know what? Make it easy on him. Give me what I want. Put him in the ring with Francisco Vargas and make it a punch-out. Let me see what this guy's got.
He's going to land 1,000,000 punches on Vargas, but I guarantee you Vargas is going to land his too.
Right.
His defense
and it'll be fun to watch.
If
that's the guy you're creating, right? Put him in a war. Put him in a legit war with a guy who's not going to go away in the 11th or 12th round.
That was Salido, and he won. That guy doesn't go away. He stays in front of you for 12 rounds. And his little, pit pat and showboat and all that don't work with certain type of fighters. They're not. This kid was he just got overwhelmed. Lee, in that 5th round, he's doing great. What? In the 6th round, he comes out and he just stops throwing punches. Yes, Lomachenko's good, people, but he's not top 3 in the world. That's all I'm saying. We need to pull back a little because I think Lomachenko's believing the papers or the internet, whatever, that he's reading. the way he acted last night, come on, that was disrespectful. You were in there with the fighter you're like 1,000-to-1 favorite against. Stop with the showboating. Handle your business and then challenge another champion.